The Whitmore family was the epitome of high society perfection, at least to the world. Nathaniel Whitmore, a self-made real estate mogul, and his wife Eleanor, the refined patron of the arts, were the envy of every socialite. Their 3 children, Charles, Margaret, and Julian, graced the tabloids as the golden heirs. But their perfection was a fraud, one that threatened to collapse when Isaiah arrived at the gates of their glass fortress. Isaiah Whitmore was Nathaniel's bastard, the product of an affair swept under the expensive rugs of their mansion. Eleanor had tolerated her husband's indiscretions, but Isaiah was different. He was proof of a past mistake, a smudge on their flawless legacy. When he left town 15 years ago, she assumed he'd disappeared for good. But now he was back. He didn't come empty-handed. Dinner was tense. The family gathered in the chandelier-lit dining room, their polished silverware clinking against porcelain plates, but no one spoke. Isaiah sat at the far end, his presence thickening the air. He placed a brown envelope on the table and tapped it twice. "We need to talk." Nathaniel's jaw tightened. "You shouldn't have come here." "Oh, but I should." Isaiah leaned forward, his grin as sharp as the knife in Eleanor's trembling hand. "You see, I found something that changes everything. If you're loving this twist, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell." Margaret exhaled sharply. "What do you want, Isaiah?" He slid the envelope toward her. "Proof." Julian reached for it first. As he flipped it open, his face turned ashen. Inside were photographs, grainy but damning. A body, a shovel, Nathaniel and Charles standing over the freshly dug earth in the dead of night. Eleanor's breath caught. "Where did you get these?" Isaiah tilted his head. "Some secrets don't stay buried." Charles pushed back, his chair screeching against the marble floor. "This is ridiculous. You think you can waltz in here and blackmail us?" Isaiah chuckled. "I'm not here to blackmail. I'm here for what's mine." Nathaniel's voice was quiet but furious. "You are nothing, Isaiah. A mistake. A ghost that should have stayed gone." Isaiah's eyes gleamed. "A mistake maybe, but not a fool." He reached into his jacket and pulled out a USB drive. "These pictures are just a taste. The full video is on here, and if anything happens to me, it gets sent to the press." A chill settled over the room. "If this story has you on the edge of your seat, don't forget to like and subscribe." Margaret folded her arms. "What do you want, Isaiah?" Isaiah leaned back. "A seat at the table. My rightful place." Nathaniel stood, slamming his fists on the table. "Never." Isaiah smirked. "Then the world finds out what really happened to your old business partner." Silence stretched. Then Eleanor, ever the matriarch, smiled. A slow, calculating smile. "Fine," she said. "You'll have your place." Isaiah's face lit up in victory. But as he reached for his wine, Eleanor's gaze darkened. Because in the Whitmore house, secrets weren't just buried. Sometimes, so were people. Isaiah's smirk faltered as his throat tightened, his breath coming in sharp gasps. His hands clawed at his collar, panic flashing in his eyes. Margaret, Charles, and Julian watched, unmoving. Nathaniel sipped his wine, unfazed. Eleanor merely tilted her head. "You should have stayed gone." Isaiah collapsed, the USB drive slipping from his fingers. And the Whitmores continued their dinner. If you think this is the end, think again. Like and subscribe for more shocking twists. The next morning, Eleanor stood at the window, gazing at the garden where fresh soil had been turned overnight. She took a deep breath, savoring the stillness. But something felt wrong. Off. That afternoon, a note arrived. Slipped under the front door, it bore no signature, only 4 words. "You made a mistake." Panic rippled through the family. Someone knew. Someone was watching. Then, the cracks deepened. The police showed up asking questions about Isaiah's sudden disappearance. Charles brushed them off, but Julian hesitated. And Margaret had been acting strange, distant, avoiding eye contact. Days later, another note arrived. "One of you is talking." Julian couldn't take it anymore. He pulled Margaret aside. "Is it you?" he whispered. "Did you tell someone?" Her eyes flashed. "No, but maybe we should." Julian recoiled. "Are you insane? Look around, Julian. We are being hunted. We're not safe." Then came the third note. "The house of glass is breaking." That night, chaos erupted. Margaret was gone. Her room was empty, her phone disconnected. The police returned, this time with a search warrant. Someone had sent them an anonymous tip about Isaiah's disappearance. In the end, it wasn't just Margaret. Julian had cracked. As officers swarmed the estate, Eleanor turned to her son, betrayal written all over her face. "You," she whispered. Julian's hands shook. "I couldn't do it. "I couldn't live like this." Nathaniel lunged for him, but the officers restrained him. Charles stood frozen as the handcuffs clicked shut around his wrists. Eleanor, the last pillar of the Whitmore dynasty, lifted her chin as they took her away. But even as she was led to the waiting car, she knew this wasn't over. The glass house had shattered, but glass had sharp edges. And someone, somewhere, would bleed for it. If you loved this thrilling story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more.